As usual, I'm Kenny.
As usual. just as you'd expected, it's Kenny and Jeff.
Woohoo!
A better podcast.
We are a better podcast.
Compared to last week, maybe.
It's
Although
it's
auditorially
kind of
speaking, probably not as good.
Nah, probably not.
Because we sounded, no doubt, I haven't heard it yet, but we sounded, no doubt, amazing.
We sounded better. I do have a slight criticism having listened to the episode as I'm editing it.
Yes.
I think we should have moved more to the corner of the room.
Yes.
Because it did sound a bit like we were in a bigger room.
We were not in a big room, Internet.
We were not. We were in a room about the size of the one I'm in now, but I'm in the corner currently where my computer is, and we were more
where you belong.
Oh, thanks, Mom. At the time we recorded that episode, we were more in the middle of the room.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It did sound better. I would give it a B+, A- ranking in terms of comparing to our previous recordings.
To audio quality. I was looking at, we used that Yeti mic. I was looking at those on Amazon today when I wasn't working. And, they're not cheap right this second. You got yours for like half price, though. Yeah, so
I bought mine on the Cyber Monday. So
yeah.
if you're going to buy one, I would wait.
I will have to wait on that one because they are like $200. So like that.
Well, I got mine for, normally I think it was $150. I got the blackout edition. I got it for $75, so it's worth it, but I would wait. But I think in the long run that'll be a good idea. But yes, welcome to a better podcast, everybody. How you doing, Internet? You doing okay? You finding ways to beat the heat?
Having some tough times.
Yeah.
Internet.
You want to talk about it, Internet?
Internet, come here, Internet.
Let me
Internet.
sit down on my knee. Let's wrap.
Internet, come here. Do you want to tell me about your feelings, Internet?
Here, let's give the floor to the Internet. What's going on, Internet?
I think we just got called nude fags about 3,000 times.
Damn it. This is just like Thanksgiving all over again.
I know, right? God.
We really need to stop going there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, also, my mom is a racist.
Right?
and a whore. all these people on the internet have had sex with her over and over and over again.
I don't know if that would be really good or really bad for her self-esteem.
Well, she's all married and happy now, so like bad for
Pat will probably Pat will not be having a good time with that one.
Pat will be very upset
unless he's into that kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't seem like the type. He's more down home. Oh, that's not fair. Just because he's from the great state of Wyoming doesn't mean he's down home.
Let's dial it back. The state of Wyoming. I've been there. Damn it.
It's a great big state.
It's great, like if you're just speaking to size and just sheer mass of the thing.
Hey Kenny, sometimes size and sheer mass really matter.
It's not the size of the state; it's how you use it.
Kenny, we come from one of the biggest states ever.
We do. Third biggest in the country.
Yeah. I'm happy with number 3. I mean, it's not
I like
number
it
2
because it's
it's not number 4.
That's true. I like it because it's 66% of the coast.
Yeah. Oh, when you brought up that fact, it became less of a dick analogy.
Well, I was trying to educate the Internet.
Kenny, we're not that kind of better podcast.
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of better podcast we are.
Speaking of 4chan, I was thinking about how awesome it would be if we had like a bit where it was just like it was like, you know how newscasts pull from Twitter all the time?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if newscasts like 24 Hours News Networks got really desperate for content and they started pulling from 4chan.
Oh God, there was like, some kind of CNN or MSNBC segment. It was a couple years ago, I think. There was some big thing. One of the big things happening with 4chan that made the news, and one of the newscasters or one of the discussion group, one of the people in the panel discussion group was talking about it, and they kept talking about 4chan as though it were a person. And they were like, "Who is this 4chan?" It's like, oh my God.
I, I just envision a news spot though where it's just like they just go like, we put a recent poll on 4chan and these are the comments that we got. Shit OC and hero. I don't know what that means. People keep saying that new fags can't Triforce. So Johnny, and Johnny's in the corner trying to do is like he's right.
Yep, can't do it. Can't do
Triforce. Johnny, you've been working on this for hours. What are you at? I can't Triforce. It's like
I keep trying to Triforce. I don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to Triforce.
They keep calling me a faggot. They keep calling me a sissy. I don't know what it means.
I don't know. Jesus.
I don't understand what's going on.
The greatest pit of scum and villainy.
The Moss Eisley of the internet.
The Moss Eisley of the internet. It's the back alley of Moss Eisley of the internet. It's like where Moss Eisley has their backroom abortions of the internet.
It's like the worst people in Moss Eisley are like, oh, I wouldn't even go there.
Yeah, don't go there. Are you out of your mind?
But if you're into ponies, there is a place for you there.
Or chicks with dicks to put mine to shame.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what happened. Like all of a sudden, just chicks with dicks as far as the eye can see on that website.
Yeah, and good looking chick dudes.
Yeah, there is I will say there seems to be the both sides of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Some great looking ones and some not so great looking ones.
There's a line from Ted 2, where Ted finds Mark Wahlberg's computer full of porn, and he finds he's got a whole like transvestite thing, and he's like, I don't know, I'm sick. And he's talking about like, these beautiful chicks and they got huge dicks, and he's like, and Ted just goes, there are no such things of chicks with dicks, only dudes with big tits.
Spoiler, I haven't seen those movies.
Yeah,
I want to. I need to get on that.
They are really funny. I'm not a big Family Guy. I'm not a big Seth MacFarlane guy, but those movies are pretty legitimately funny.
Yeah, they're just another in the series of movies I just never got around to seeing for whatever reason. Can't say why.
I can.
Oh, why? Why?
Can't Triforce?
I could Triforce, I just don't want to.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Prove me wrong. Good luck, I'm behind 7 proxies.
Stupid.
So that's some of the places we used to hang out. I don't really hang out there much anymore.
No, I haven't been on there very much lately.
Every once in a while I'll go there. I'll find I will say, in between the really heinous threads that pop up pretty much everywhere on the B-board, every once in a while I'll find a neat thread. Like I found a nice wallpaper thread.
I do like going on the wallpaper thread and look for papes, as they are called on the 4chan.
I didn't know they were called papes.
They're called papes now.
Ooh, I feel
it's like
so.
You share your papes. Kenny, we're gonna get destroyed now. You know that, right?
That's fine.
4chan's gonna spend all their free time, because they're all 14, so they've got loads of it, on destroying us.
Oh yeah, real good job there. Destroyed the guy with all 5 subscribers. Ooh.
2 of which are the guys.
2 of which are the people that run the damn thing. So good job, 4chan. You really put all the big guns for that one.
But you had a special.
I did. I have.
You have a cause today for us too.
I have a cause, a legitimate cause, not one.
And I haven't heard much about it, but the intent of being able to react.
I did give you a very very concise overview, but I didn't really.
Yeah, but I didn't really read it like a lot.
Whoa. Well, glad to see that my text means so much to you.
Is it that surprising?
Yes.
Wow.
No, really. Not really.
Okay, good. I was really worried for a second there.
But so the cause I speak of, a little bit of backstory. There's a YouTube channel that I subscribe to called The Bible Reloaded. Basically, what they do is, as you might have guessed, they do a lot
They
with the
reload
Bible.
Bibles.
Yep, they cut holes in Bibles, put guns in them. I don't get it either. Just hours and hours of that. It's
It's
fascinating to
actually
watch.
very right wing.
Actually, it's not. They're a couple of atheist dudes, and basically what they do is they just pick. They go front to back in the Bible, going and I believe each video is more or less a book in the Bible or a series of chapters, and they just read it page by page and just go over it and basically criticize it, point out inconsistencies, and just go over all the contradictions they come across as they read through the Bible.
Okay.
And they do other things too. They do religious tracks where they. I don't know if you're familiar with religious tracks at all.
No. Is
Basically,
it like Christian bands?
no. It's basically like if you like. Sometimes you go like in the bathroom, like a Burger King or something. You'll find those like really tiny comics that are very poorly drawn, and they have some kind of hyperbolic title. The whole point of the comic is to convert you to Jesus.
Oh,
So they'll read those and they'll mock them as they go through.
gotta be effective.
Right? Oh, it's so
Like
effective.
I read this comic in the bathroom at McDonald's and it changed my life.
I felt like I got closer to Jesus. Well, he goes by Jesus. But they do a lot of stuff like that, and they basically the whole idea behind their channel is to just kind of tear down the Bible and point out all the flaws it has. And one of the big things they do is they review a lot of Christian films. These are like
Okay.
the really, really bad Christian films, like God Is Not Dead. They recently reviewed the sequel, God Is Not Dead 2. Pretty much any of the big Christian films you can think of, they reviewed them, and they're all really, really bad. And
Seems like a biased opinion, but I see
no,
where
no,
you're coming from.
these are legitimately bad films. Like,
Well, yeah, these are awful films, especially
Yeah.
the two you just mentioned. But
oh yeah. But no, it's like, and they also do review some documentaries, like they did Jesus Camp. They did God Loves Uganda. They did was it Exposed, No Intelligence Allowed, the Ben Stein documentary.
yeah, I remember Jesus Camp. That was really I didn't even watch it, but I remember watching the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
That trailer was hard to watch and very
Yeah.
upsetting.
yeah, that whole film is, that is a very disturbing film.
But I'd like to point out that it seems like at a certain point it's less about religion and more about crazy people.
In the guise of religion.
Yeah.
But yeah, they part of what they do is review films, and a lot of the films they review are by these two brothers called the Cristiano brothers. They're the ones that did God Is Not Dead and the sequel and a bunch of other films like that. And the Cristiano brothers really don't like the reviews that the Bible Reloaded has done. So what they did is they've basically been harassing these two dudes and flagging all of their videos, having all these DMCA claims that are taking down these videos and really hurting their channel. However, good news is the Cristiano brothers attempted to DMCA flag 5 separate videos, but YouTube said basically, we don't think that these are actually violations of fair use, so we're going to keep these videos up. And because of that, these Hugo and Jake are the two guys that run the channel. They've decided to seek out a lawyer to sue these guys.
Okay, good.
To basically, partly to get them to stop, but also to set a precedent for future cases like this. And so right now they.
Because Christianity's under attack. I keep hearing about that on the news.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have you the war on Christmas, Jeff? Have you not been paying attention? Bill O'Reilly.
It's the war on Christians now.
Oh,
Just Christians
has
in general.
has it evolved to just
Yeah.
all Christians?
Yeah, because
Oh, man.
Muslims are bad and
Well, we all knew that.
Christians are being told that. Okay, basically, Trump followers and Tea Partiers, it seems, are the two that we're working with here. They all seem to think that because Democrats and atheists say that they can't say things like Muslims are all evil and homosexuals are going to hell and things like that, are because they're attacking Christianity.
Oh, of course.
When in fact people are just trying to say, you probably shouldn't be such a racist, homophobic prick.
Yeah. But it's my right to be a racist, homophobic prick. My
You
God,
just hate
it's right there in the Constitution.
You just hate my religion. It's like, no, I hate you.
No, I hate you. Your religion is just a byproduct of who you are.
As the man said, Jesus is just all right with me.
Mhm.
Jesus is just all right. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the Cristiano brothers basically have been huge douchebags to these two guys, all because they just don't like the reviews they're getting.
Hmm.
So they're because of all the false DMCA's, which are actually illegal and a crime. They're trying to. They set up a GoFundMe to try and fund their legal case. So for those of you listening, Stephanie, uh,
we're
um,
bringing a fan to support.
we are bringing
with
a
the
fan to
cause.
support, and even if you don't donate, spread the word. But yeah, they're just seeking out anyone who wants to help them with their legal case. They have set up a GoFundMe page, which I will link in the description, and I will also set up a link to, or excuse me, put a link to their channel because it is an awesome channel. They are pretty funny. I dig their stuff. I've been watching them for a while now, so check it out. See if you like it. But yeah, if you can help at all, please donate to their cause because this doesn't just have implications for them in terms of being able to protect their intellectual property from people like the Cristiano brothers. It also has a huge impact for people even as small as Jeff and I, because if people are allowed to keep doing things like that, it's going to undermine the concept of fair use and free speech and not allow people to have channels, not allow people to review products because as soon as you have a bad review, your whole channel gets taken down.
Hmm.
And in a society that we purport to be, we can't have that if we're really going to allow people to speak their minds.
That is a violation of free speech,
Oh
especially
yes.
since it could also set a precedent for like anytime anybody says something negative about religion. Let's face it, one religion in particular.
Yeah.
Uh,
Talk all the
that
shit you
could
want about
result.
Islam. Don't say a
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah,
word about Christianity.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's all that.
Hmm.
So it's also, you know,
Yeah. So
yeah.
even if you don't like their content, just because you are a Christian or you're a believer of some kind, and you don't like things they say, you should at least consider donating or at least promoting their GoFundMe because this will affect you as well, even in a secular aspect. Because if people are allowed to do things like this, YouTube is essentially going to cease to exist for certain people, and that's not cool because this is supposed to be a community of people speaking their minds and putting their opinions out there, and you should have every right to do that. It doesn't matter how bad your opinion is because if it's a bad opinion, you will be told. But you should
Yeah,
be allowed to
trust me.
say it. Oh yeah, yeah. The internet, if
If anything, the internet's going to tell you if you suck,
yeah,
even if you don't.
the internet does not shy away from telling you how much of an asshole you are and how much you're a piece of shit. But you should be allowed to be told that because you should be allowed to put your opinions out there and say what you want, and you should be able to review films and talk about how bad they are, and not worry about the next day you wake up and your whole livelihood is gone.
Especially since I want to do like a commentary track with you and record it of of Batman and
Exactly.
Robin.
Exactly. And if
this
people like
this really affects me directly, internet. So if we could get on
exactly, if
this,
people like the Cristiano brothers are allowed to take down the Bible-related Hugo and Jake because of a review they didn't like, well, damn it, Joel Schumacher could do that to us too. And
yeah,
you may not believe this, but Joel Schumacher has way more power than the Cristiano brothers.
I mean not much more, but
Not
still
at this point,
more.
no. But yeah, it goes beyond just an issue for these two guys. It goes to really the heart of the changes people want to see in YouTube. They want to see more content creators protected because they're following fair use. Because that's the big problem here is a lot of these content creators do follow the rules of fair use, are using other people's content in a way that isn't just repurposing the whole thing. It is using bits and pieces. It is using it in a way that's transformative, which is really the litmus test for what is fair use. Is it a transformative work that deviates enough from the original?
Yeah, we're
And
not talking about the people who like illegally put up copies of movies on YouTube.
yeah, we're talking about people like Mystery Science Theater 3000. That couldn't exist if people like the Cristiano brothers are allowed to run wild.
Yeah.
So, if nothing else, for the purposes of just keeping YouTube an open marketplace of ideas, which is what it should be and what it needs to keep being. So, take a look at the link, take a look at their channel, and like I said, if you don't want to donate, at least promote the idea, just because it really does help everyone. It isn't just for them. So,
Very good.
thank you.
I feel like we've done our duty as citizens of the world.
I think so. And because I am interested in this story, because I want to see how this plays out, if I do hear any updates, I will throw them out there, and let you
Good.
know what's going on. Because I really am curious to see how this is going to go. Because oh man, those are some bad movies. Oof. Like they're one of the ones they did. It's about a half hour long. It's like one of the first films the Cristiano brothers ever did. Oh, side note, I got blocked by them on Twitter because I
Oh.
defended Hugo and Jake.
Well, that's not surprising.
But it's just funny because I don't even remember what I said. It was something pretty innocuous, just being like, hey, basically, you guys shouldn't do this because free marketplace of ideas and all that. And I was blocked like 2 minutes later.
They don't like your ideas, Kenny.
They don't like me speaking my mind. Apparently, I didn't talk enough about Jeebus.
I don't like you speaking your mind either, but I have to live with it still.
That's right. That's right.
Stuck with it.
I may not like what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it.
Yes.
But yeah, the first movie that Cristiano Brothers ever made that I'm aware of, it's called Crime of the Age. And you're probably thinking, well, must be a pretty big crime if it's of the age.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was someone stole a book about Jesus and prevented this group of people from learning more about Jesus. That was the crime of the age.
Someone stole a book about Jesus?
Yes. It's been a while since I've seen it. I believe it was a Bible. I don't know if it was an actual Bible or if it was just some kind of like, here's some stories about Jesus kind of book, or just like, here's more book about Christianity and blah, blah, blah. But someone stole it, and they're like, oh man, it's the crime of the age. And then they had to interrogate all the people. I think it was at a diner or something. Spoiler alert, I think it was the cook that did it.
Is this a documentary?
Nope, it's a movie. It's like a half-hour movie.
Oh, okay.
I should say I use the word movie very loosely.
Oh yeah, short film first off.
Like, well, I mean, like there were characters and they did speak.
Was there a beginning, middle, and end?
Technically,
conflict and resolution. Everyone go home learning a better lesson about their lives.
Except maybe the guy who stole the book. I don't know. I don't know if he really learned anything.
Really, they didn't kill him or.
No, I think they arrested him though.
What?
I don't know. He was a detective, so.
The detective got arrested?
No, the detective arrested the cook who stole the book.
Oh, okay. Because the book stealing was an actual crime, I guess.
Well, no. The crime was that he wasn't. While stealing the book, he didn't allow people to learn about Jesus.
You can get arrested for that?
That universe, apparently, that's a big crime. Jeff, it was the crime of the age.
That's also a very scary.
It wasn't the crime
universe.
of the decade or the century. It was a crime of the age.
That's one scary ass universe too.
Right?
That's as scary as the bad YouTube universe that could happen.
Yeah, and if you want to prevent that universe, everyone, you should promote Hugo and Jake's GoFundMe campaign. Because goddamn it, we can't let that universe exist. That would be the true crime of the age. Like the tie in there I had.
Yes, that was good.
Thank you.
I let it die because
Good.
Yeah.
But yes,
we don't need that kind of shit.
No.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah. If you want YouTube to keep functioning as it is, you really need to.
Or if you want just like free speech to keep functioning, it is because it is a slippery slope. It's just because it's not just YouTube; it's everything else.
Oh yeah.
That's why I feel like this case will get shot down.
Well, it's not just that.
It's like 18 different ways of unconstitutional to demand that someone not do this.
And it's not even that. It's the fact that YouTube outright said, no, what you did isn't a violation of anything.
Yeah.
Especially because when this was initially happening, these dudes were getting fucked pretty hard. Like, their channel got flagged a couple times, which every time you get flagged, you get harsh penalties. Like, your first flag, you can't record more than 15 minutes. So they were getting flagged left and right. They got all of them removed, so their channel is intact now. But these guys just kept harassing them over this kind of stuff. And also, there is a video they talk about this whole situation, which I will also link in the description. So if you want a much clearer and first-hand account of what is exactly going on, watch that video and check it out.
And people who actually know what they're doing and like have talent and shit.
Right? Yeah, they've been doing this shit for years. They have way more subscribers than we ever will.
Yeah, we got like 5.
Yeah, they have. Well, their subscriber count instant 5.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Same level.
Yes. Air 5. Nice.
I clap my hands because
I thrust my hand outward.
Yeah, you did. I just want the. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Yep.
felt good.
Yeah, gonna have to.
You.
Exactly. It's got to travel 3,000 miles.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Right. But yeah, so check it out, and just let's keep YouTube open. That's the message here.
Yes. Keep freedom free, people. America.
I saluted when I did that. I also saluted with the left hand, so someone's going to call me out on that bullshit.
Yeah. And
I'll do it with the right hand. I'll do it with both.
Were you holding a latte or a dog at the time?
I am holding an empty cup now. I'm going to salute with.
Oh my god! I found the greatest thing on thinkgeek.com today.
What did you find?
I found a single-serving French press coffee mug.
Nice.
It's a coffee mug, Kenny.
That's awesome.
That's a French press. It's $15, and I want it in my life.
You should get that.
Oh god, it's amazing. I was like, why? Why? I could have thought of that. Like, a French press is not a complicated thing.
No, not really.
It really isn't. It's just ridiculous. Why?
Especially with how commonplace it is at this point.
I could be so much richer, or rich, because to be richer would be
right
to mean that I'd be rich at the first place. I would have.
Better get on that.
I could have more money.
You could have money.
I could have money. Oh God.
But you should get that. I think you should get that. You should get that, and then you should review it on the next episode.
I don't know about next episode because it might take me a minute to get it and set it up and stuff like that.
You
but
should
I do
get
want to
it,
keep
and
it.
then we should review it. By we, I mean I should listen to you review it.
Yes, I'm gonna do it.
Nice.
I'm gonna do it.
I like it.
So how was your week? Yeah.
It was
First
pretty
off, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Your mom's home.
Good. My mom is
Or your
not an
mom's at your
elephant.
home. I didn't. But
Rude, Jeff. It's rude. She's a classy lady. But yes, my mom is visiting. For those of you not in the know, Stephanie.
As in everybody, because
Stephanie,
we're just now mentioning it for the first time.
Let's see. About a little over 2 months ago, beginning of June, she hoofed it out, and by hoofed it I mean drove to the East Coast.
I didn't know she drove.
She didn't walk. She drove. She's been
Run, don't walk.
She's been in the Pennsylvania area visiting family for the past couple
Pennsylvania.
months. Good old Pennsylvania.
Pencil turkey.
But for the past week, she has been visiting me, and we've been hanging out. It's kind of a bummer because I had to go to work because I took most of my sick time and vacation time for the wedding. But we've been hanging out, and tomorrow we are going to go check out Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, I've been there with my mom.
Yeah, my mom and I went there, and I think your mom and you went, not at the same time, obviously, but also went for Halloween at some point.
Yes, it was like that, similar times.
Yes, my mom and I did that when I was out here from Chester many moons ago. So she's back out. We're going to go check it out now in a less busy time and actually see if we can enjoy it more because there were, as you might imagine, a lot of people.
There were a butt ton of people there when we went, and like half of them were selling crystals.
Yeah, I noticed that's a big thing they like to do there.
Yeah, because the energies and the vibrations and and shit like that.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Energy.
Yeah.
Energy.
Yeah, it's how physics and shit works.
It's fucking magic everywhere in this bitch.
Magic everywhere in this bitch. I'd ask a scientist, but he'd probably just lie to me. Because miracles are everywhere.
That is my favorite line in that song. Magic everywhere in this bitch. Because in that
everywhere.
In that scene in the video, you just get this like sweep of a Violent J Violent J's face across the screen. It's like a super close up. See, like it's basically from like a little bit like between his mouth and his chin to like the top of his eyebrows, so, like super close up on his face, and he just pans across the screen and just magic everywhere in this bitch. But he's also doing like that 3/4 glance, so he's not like face straight on at the camera, and it's kind of like going up at an angle at him, so he's kind of like got that majestic look on his face, and he's like at the 3/4 angle and just glides across the screen. It's a beautiful shot, really.
It's Insane Clown Posse.
Yep.
And the only Insane Clown Posse song I've ever heard in entirety.
There's one other Insane Clown Posse song I've heard in entirety. It's a song called Homies. But I will say this, it is actually not that bad of a song because they don't really rap in it.
Oh.
It's less, it's like, cause they're the full-on rap duo of Detroit.
I see.
Insane Clown Posse. But they don't really, and they also features another group. So I think that's why it's tolerable-ish. But even then, it's like, got like halfway through it, I'm like, I'm going to turn this off now. Which is more so than I have other songs. Although I will say Miracles is the only song of theirs I've actually listened all the way through. Because it's just so goddamn good. Miracles everywhere in this bitch.
Miracles everywhere in this bitch.
But yeah, speaking of miracles, gonna go check out Salem, New Hampshire Salem, Massachusetts with my mom. I'm very
It's
excited.
miraculous.
It's gonna be a miracle. It's gonna be a gay old time.
Way to go, Captain Segway.
Oh, we should rent Segways. Oh man.
Okay, if you guys do that, that has to be recorded.
Get a GoPro and just Segway through Massachusetts.
No, don't segue to Massachusetts. You're gonna get the shit kicked out of you. Stay in Salem.
No, I'm sure I could find a path through Massachusetts where I won't get the shit kicked out of me. I'll just stay away from Boston. I mean, not that I wouldn't want to anyway. Hey-oh!
Oh, I like Boston.
Eh. That's my response.
I think it's a cool town, but whatever. It's
okay. The problem I have with Boston is New York, San Francisco, Chicago. They're on a grid. You have streets that are intersecting, a lot of perpendicular intersections.
Yeah.
Boston is not built. They gave a guy with the shakes a marker, and he drew on the chalkboard, or you drew on a whiteboard, and that's the map of Boston. It is so incoherent and impossible to get around in that place. I don't know how anyone can like it.
Because they just paved the roads where the horse and buggy roads. They
fucked up real bad. And that's why I don't like driving in Boston. Now to get that out. Now I had to talk about that elephant in the room. But no, I am to backtrack a bit. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a fun time. I had a lot of fun last year when I went, or not last year, last time I went.
Are you guys going to go on the haunted tours? Because we didn't do that. I
don't know. I don't know. I mean, the way that my mom and I do a lot of trips like this is we kind of just like, let's go to this place, and we go there and just kind of wing it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, so far has worked out pretty well. I can't really think of a time where we did it and we didn't really find anything to do. But we might end up doing that. I think it's all going to kind of depend on the time frame that we get there, because I think it's about an hour from here, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. But
yeah, it's just kind of a weird long drive.
Yeah, but I think if we get there early enough, it'll give us plenty of opportunity to really explore the town. Because we didn't get too much last time, just because, as you remember, it's super fucking busy because it's Halloween. It's the place to be for Halloween, really.
Yeah, I remember they had like a whole convention of like fortune tellers too.
It was crazy. There was a ton of people everywhere.
My mom got her palm read, but from a lady off in an actual shop, and not like one of the visiting fortune tellers. They had guest speakers and everything. It was crazy.
Really?
In the fortune telling industry.
There's like guest speakers. What?
Yeah, they had like featured fortune tellers. They probably have real names, or not real names, but a name that's not fortune teller.
Probably.
You know what I mean, Internet. I don't need to explain myself to you. No, you're drunk.
Side note, speaking of fortune tellers, I don't know if you heard this one, but about a month ago, Miss Cleo passed away.
No!
Yep.
Call me now!
Call me now for your free reading.
Did she see it coming?
I don't know. She probably did. She apparently had colon cancer.
Oh.
So she probably did see that coming.
Oh, that's less funny.
Yeah, it's sad, but apparently she was in Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
I forget who she played. I think she played like something like Miss Cleo-esque.
Auntie Poulet.
Auntie Poulet.
Yep. No, she also wrote a book called "Keeping It Real: A Practical Guide for Spiritual Living."
I see. Keeping it real, huh?
Yep. Keeping it real fake.
She gonna keep that real.
Yep.
She's gonna use that, huh? Just gonna say, "Yep, that's legit."
Here's a thing I didn't know. In 2015, so very recently, she appeared as Miss Cleo in a series of advertisements for French Toast Crunch.
What?
I don't know. Apparently, she was doing that.
Call me now!
Call me now for your bowl of Toast Crunch.
that got a little Lucky Charms there, buddy.
Jamaican and Irish is all the same. Oof. She has quite the mustache in this photo.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's a very, very up close picture of her face, so I feel like if it were a normal picture, you wouldn't know. Yeah, so
you would never know.
Never know. But sadly, she has passed away.
Did
But
not know about that.
I heard about that and I totally spaced. And then we were talking about fortune tellers and I remembered.
It was really. I mean, in more sad news, we lost Kenny Baker as well.
We did.
Kenny Baker, R2D2 himself.
Well, now
Although
we can't have anyone play the character now. It would just be weird.
I don't think anybody's been playing R2D2 for quite some time now. I'm pretty sure he's just a robot.
I'm pretty sure he was playing him in episode 7.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna look it up.
You can.
No, not Metal Gear.
Metal Gear 7? Oh, I can talk about that while you're looking that up. Did you hear about Metal Gear Survival?
Actually, he did not play him in
yeah.
R2, but Jimmy V did.
Oh, okay. So someone has been.
There was a dude in the suit.
He does play.
Oh my god! Sorry, I'm just gonna send you a picture of this man.
He does play a little alien guy in the Rogue One. You seen the Rogue One trailer? It's like laughing.
Oh my god! That looks so good.
I know. Rogue One looks amazing.
Jedi Ip Man.
Is that Jimmy V?
The picture I just sent you, yes, or the article I just sent you.
Why does he look like he's made of leather?
It's a Leatherface prequel. I don't know.
I don't like that at all.
I do like that. Apparently, on the set of episode 7, Kenny Baker was a consultant for R2D2, and I'm just like, okay, what is he like? Okay, you gotta beep boop, and then boop beep, beep boop beep boop. No, I said beep boop boop beep. So, yes, we have lost Kenny Baker. I'm quite sad.
It is sucky. He's a good guy.
All
told.
Such a cool dude. And he always struck me from what I heard. Just like one of those dudes that just like really liked hanging out with the fans at the cons and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he I don't know. Every picture I see of him, he always just looks really stoked to be there. Unless he's just really good.
Remember me? No.
Unless he's just really good at faking it. He just seems to really like doing those kind of things.
Yeah.
He also apparently had a brief stand-up comedy career, according to the Wikipedia.
Don't make the short joke. Don't make the short joke. Don't make the short joke.
Well, it does in the article say it was very short-lived.
Oh! Oh God! Quick! I hate to say another joke to sidetrack us. Kenny.
Yes.
How do you count cows?
I don't know.
With a calculator.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, he called his biography From Tiny Acorns.
From Tiny Acorns.
That's adorable. It almost sounds like something I read in fucking Lord of the Rings.
From Tiny Acorns.
And that's two sad deaths in the past month. Ugh.
In lighter news that don't involve people's deaths, I've been playing No Man's Sky.
I was going to ask you about that because I've heard some not so great things about the launch. But
what have you heard about the launch?
Apparently everyone's like, "Oh man, this game sucks," partly because apparently some people are having severe issues with load, like they're getting like 10 frames a second, and they're having a lot of optimization issues.
I haven't had any of those problems, but my PC isn't a piece of shit. So, well,
it seems to be kind of random.
Master Race, son.
It seems kind of random because some people like have really good PCs and they're saying they can't run it, but then some people are saying, "Yeah, I haven't had any problems except a slight hiccup here and there." So it seems to be really just kind of random who it happens to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe those things, if it is PC stuff, usually it's graphics card and graphics card drivers related. Mm-hmm. Either new drivers have to be released, or
well, they did just release a patch, so I'm hoping that takes care of some of it.
Yeah, I just downloaded that today.
And a lot of people are complaining about the content in the game, like they're saying it's not what they were promised. But then I feel like a lot of that was the hype train.
I've been hearing that a lot too, and I've been playing the game for a number of hours now. Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten remotely close to one of the Atlas stations because the game randomly stuck me like 18 systems away, it seems like. But I'm playing for 9 hours, and it is kind of hard because like I have to gather these crafting materials to get so I can craft these 3 different things so I can fuel my warp drive basically, so I can warp to a new system. Now I should just really stay in a system, continue crafting, and then build up so I can zoom over to get to that Atlas station. Because once you get to your first Atlas station, you get an Atlas. You get to learn how to craft an Atlas version 1 card, which lets you into certain doors on certain space stations that you can get more stuff in.
Nice.
But that's neither here nor there. From what I'm understanding, though, is people are upset about the content of the game, but I feel like this is exactly what was promised. Like, I don't see...
Well, I think that the big complaints seem to be that they're like, oh, I go exploring for a while, but then, there's nothing to do. And I'm like...
But explore.
Well, I think what a lot of people were hoping to get out of this, or expecting to, for either their own hype or what they thought they would be promised, I don't know. Like I said, I think a lot of it is the hype train. I think a lot of people, saw what was doing and just kind of assume what would be happening, and they're like, oh man, it's gonna be awesome, and then when they didn't get things they thought they were gonna get, they're like, oh, this sucks now, even though no one said you're gonna get that. I think a lot of people thought it was just gonna be like Minecraft in space, basically.
It kind of is, in that Minecraft doesn't have it's exactly that, actually.
Well, I mean,
you gather resources,
but there's certain things you can't build
around.
You can't really build anything, from what I understand. I think people thought you'd at least, not at least, but they thought you'd be able to do stuff like that too, kind of like something.
No, they didn't once mention that.
And I think part of it too was people they feel like it's really repetitive in terms of the planets they're coming across. Then again, I mean, it's hard to say for that because there are 18 quintillion planets. You're going to have repeats here and there.
People were talking about how No Man's Sky, you would run across a bunch of planets that don't have any life on them. I've been on at least 30 now, and every single one of them have had flora and fauna on them. Every single one of them. I mean, some more than others.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of the planets I've landed on, I haven't landed on a quote garden world. I've landed on worlds that are way too hot, and worlds that are way too cold, and worlds with acid rain, and worlds with radiation. But I've landed on them, and there's animals to scan and update and all that stuff. And I've been enjoying myself. It is a little repetitive, but it's also it's very chill. It's my I come home from work and I have a beer and I'm just like, yeah, man, I'm exploring this planet.
Gonna light up.
Next thing you know, I've been on this one planet for an hour and a half. And I'm like, oh man, I only got 3 more species to discover. Wow, and I never do. I haven't filled out a planet yet.
Nice.
You get 250,000 credits usually for finding all the species on a planet.
Nice.
And I have never done it. Money isn't really a problem. You get a lot of it just from cruising around in your spaceship and then blowing up asteroids and taking what comes from them and just flying back to the space stations and selling it and stuff like that. Money is not a problem in this game.
I mean, I haven't heard anyone say oh, it's really hard to find resources and money and all that kind of stuff. So that doesn't seem to be an issue for anybody. But I think a vast majority of the problems are just the hype train.
What I'm trying to figure out. So here's what happened to me. I got home from work and I was like, No Man's Sky. I'm gonna play it now. But shit, I'm probably going to wait for I'm probably going to wait 2 hours, 3 hours for the game to download. Kenny, how big do you think No Man's Sky is?
I think actually it wasn't that big.
Disk usage size. How big do you think it is?
I want to say, and I'm probably remembering this wrong. I want to say it was 6 gigs, maybe.
Nope.
Am I too high or too low?
Just give me another guess.
500 megabytes.
Too high. No, too low. Excuse me.
A gig.
Still too low.
1.1 gigs.
Still too low.
1.2 gigs.
Oh, this is stupid. It's 2.5 gigs, Kenny. 2.5 gigabytes.
That's actually really small compared to what I thought.
Really small for a whole universe, right? Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at right now with it. I was like, oh, this is gonna take forever. And the next thing I looked at it again, I was like, the fuck? To give you a frame of reference, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords.
Isn't that 10 gigs? 3 gigs, okay.
It needs 3.5 gigs for each hard drive space.
That game is 10 years old.
That game, the required, when it came out, the system requirements, the Windows platforms were 98 SE, ME, 2000 XP.
Damn.
They recommended 512 megs of RAM. That's how old this game is.
Wow.
And it's still, but it takes a bigger space. I don't know if as I discover more worlds, like maybe it'll get bigger on my hard drive. I'm unsure as to how this is all working. How much of this is like online?
I'm curious how the new patch is going to affect the overall size. Because I'm curious if it's going to add anything.
Because it's patched twice.
Well, I know there's a pretty big one. I don't know if it's already come out or not.
I don't know.
But they said it was supposed to make a lot of people happy, so who knows?
It's just I'm enjoying it. It's everything that it was advertised to be, where it's a game about exploration and discovery, and
I think
it's very solitary. Like if you wanted to play a game where you would run around and blow up aliens and have sex with green women, you're not going to do that with No Man's Sky. I'll tell you. I mean, that game also sounds awesome, but
oh yeah. But I think a thing that a lot of people fail to remember or think isn't a problem, which it probably is. I think it was 2014 or 2015. Their studio was flooded and they lost most of the work they had done. So to get it released this year at this time, they probably didn't have some of the things they were going to because they had to basically rebuild everything.
I don't know, because I've been reading about it, and it seems like Sean Murray said like this is the vision that they had. This is what they wanted to do.
But I'm curious. But I mean, you can't say that not having, or I should say losing that didn't have some impact on the game. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it didn't make the game worse by not having it, or that they had to compromise everything. I'm just saying, like, I think people need to take that into consideration a little bit, because the game did change somewhat by losing so much data, not that long ago. So, but I also think a big problem I have with the negative reviews is like people saying like, oh, it sucks because of optimization, blah blah. I'm like, that shit's gonna get fixed very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually how that shit works. Like, you know how hard it is to release a game for the PC that could have like a limitless, like a combination of different parts and drivers and shit like that.
But it's also a matter of like, if you're really gonna like try and get a refund because your game doesn't run, like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, you need to give it some time because they're gonna get that shit sorted out, and then like 6 months from now, when you want to play the game again, you have to buy it again. I
mean, go ahead, take the refund from Steam because you're probably not gonna enjoy the game. Like, if you're not a patient person, you're not gonna like No Man's Sky.
I don't even think it's patient, because Minecraft, which some people compare it to, you need a lot of patience in that game to build stuff and to mine for minerals and to go through the day-night cycles. It takes time and patience.
I feel like you need even more with No Man's Sky, because I feel like to really kind of start enjoying the game and taking advantage of everything it has to offer, you have to spend a lot of time like as a newbie grunt with your shitty ship and your lousy exosuit with no upgrades or mods, your stupid little pew 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 pistol they give you in the beginning. Like you're gonna suck for a while, and then you're like hours of sucking.
Oh yeah,
because you're gonna find these upgrades and they're not gonna be great, and it's just like, oh great, so I can make my stamina 1 iota better, but it takes up one of my inventory slots. This sucks because I only have like 5 inventory slots. It's like not great in the beginning. You have to just get over that. I mean, I pre-ordered, so I got the better ship to start with. But it's still not a very good ship at all. I'm trying to save up money now for a better ship.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to need like 1.5 million credits, and I've got almost 1 million now. So that's just the way it is. I'm enjoying it. I think it's everything that it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's like newest exciting game in the millennia. I was mostly excited for this game because it changes so much about like how we make games. Mm-hmm. Like, this game is massive. Like, anybody who bitches and moans because like and wants like a bigger game world, like I want more square kilometers for San Andreas or whatever, like all that crazy shit. Like, anybody who complains about that, this is an entire universe. Go play. Yeah. Do whatever you want. Be a dick pirate, like be a explorer, be a miner, do whatever you want. It's okay.
I mean, my whole thing with the people complaining about like, oh, like I'm finding all these barren planets, or I'm like, I'm not seeing any of the creatures I thought I saw, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you should leave the planet you're on and go find other planets, because you have a universe to explore.
Just go out there and explore more. It's gonna take time. Sorry.
I'm coming from the angle of, like, I don't own it. I'm probably gonna get it at some point. At this point, I think because there are bugs and issues with like launching it and certain things like that and certain optimization issues, I'm probably gonna wait until those have been ironed out before I buy it. But I do want to get it because it does seem like a very, chill, relax. I just want to like explore stuff and build like build up my ship and go fly around kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does really grab me as that kind of game. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know what really people are expecting out of it, other than exploring stuff and, checking out a whole universe of planets. I don't know. It seems very weird to me. But yes, I will say, and I'm sure you can probably, you'll probably have your own idea of this. I think it seems worth checking out, if nothing else, just because it just seems like a really cool exploration game.
It's a great idea, and like I don't know if a great idea in particular. Great ideas don't make great games. I'm not going to say this is a great game.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it for what it is, but like it's not like to me a great game has to have a great story. Like for me, like one of the greatest games out there is like Mass Effect, the Mass Effect series, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3.
This game never promised a story, from what I remember.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I myself can't call it a great game, because there's no story. There isn't much of anything. I mean, there's rumors and mystery and stuff like that, and like leanings towards something like this Atlas thing, and the journey to the center of the galaxy leads to not the end of the game. That's the point of the game per se, but it's not the end of the game. They say there's something at the center of the galaxy that changes the game or something like that. I don't know. At this rate, it's probably going to take me 1 billion years to get there. I mean, I have seen people, I've seen videos where there's wormholes in the game, and you can go through the wormholes, and they will like they will make you jump like 127,000 light years or something.
Oh, nice.
Which is handy.
I'd say so.
The trick is, though, I don't know if that means you're 127,000 light years closer to the center of the galaxy or just somewhere else.
Could be anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Strangelets, spaghetti.
I would slightly disagree, though, in terms of like what makes a great game, because I think a great game does the things that it does well. Like in a game like Mass Effect, a game like that needs a good story and good mechanics and good characters and a variety of weapons and armor, and that game does that. But like a game like No Man's Sky, like you can't look for those kind of things. Like you need, like, does it do like the resource gathering well? Is exploring fun? Is finding these like weird creatures and plants on these planets, is that fun? Do you feel like you're really seeing something new often enough like that? And if that game can do those things, do them well, I would say it's a great game.
If you're like an adventurer or discovery sort of person, this game scratches that itch in a big bad way. If you were a kid that would like explore the woods near your house, I mean, if you had woods near your house or something like that, if you used to go off alone and like imagine yourself as a great explorer or something like that, that's what this game offers to you.
Yeah.
And like an actual playground to play in.
Exactly, and I think
you can't run out of space.
You can try, you won't.
Yeah, you won't. Try it, you won't.
But no, I think for those of you who are skeptical, Stephanie, if you're skeptical, or if you played it, you don't like it. I mean, if you don't play it, you don't like it, that's on you. But if you're skeptical about it, I would say go into it with that mindset. Just you're looking to explore and just see what you run into. You're not looking for a really strong story with like these gripping characters and all that, because you're not gonna find. Or
if you're like somebody who has a PS4 or whatever, go Redbox it. There
you go.
Rent it for a couple days, and then either you'll get what you want out of it from there, or you'll go, this is really good, and buy it. It'll save your save. Like
exactly. Yeah, that's the wonder of technology these days.
Yeah.
Is that you can buy it, you can rent a game, and if you like it, you can buy it later, and all your stuff is still there.
Yeah. Guess what? Yay! It's on the cloud, son.
The cloud.
The mighty cloud.
And then when it crashes, we're all fucked.
Yeah, seriously. We'll lose a lot of shit.
Goodbye, Space Cloud.
Goodbye, Space Cloud.
Goodbye,
Fat.
I never got to go to the carnival.
Never got to go to the carnival.
Oh, I missed that show.
Apparently, they're going to make a Rocko's Modern Life movie.
I heard about that, and I'm really curious because I don't know what plot's going to be.
I don't know what to make of that. I don't know if enough people remember enough about Rocco's Modern Life to like. But whatever. Let's do it because I'm for it. Let's fine. It's fine. Let's do this.
I loved the show. I say fuck it. Why
Nickelodeon
not?
clearly needs money. I think they're in trouble. I don't think they're nearly as popular as they used to be.
I don't know. Like the shows they have on are still going pretty strong, from what I understand.
Yeah, I just feel like Disney's got it going on these days more so. Like that's what kids are watching these days. That's what the kids watch these days. You see, I am something of an expert what the kids are watching.
I have my finger on the pulse of today's children. Oh God, I started a little book.
I have my finger on children's pulses. Nope.
I have my finger on the children. Wait.
No. There's no good way to say this, Kenny.
I put my finger in children. There we go.
Oh God, there it is. We knew that already.
I like to fist kids. I'm sorry, did I say that wrong?
We're gonna lose our other subscriber.
Well, bye, Stephanie.
This
Stephanie hates show. She's so bad at it.
Oh shit.
She'd like it if she could do it better.
She's probably never going to enjoy the fact that we constantly bring her up.
Well, okay, if we had other fans, we would bring them up.
One day we should have her on the podcast because she's our fan. And because she's our number one fan, other non-fans, we treat her with a special. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I, as a co-star of this very not famous podcast, sat down and watched Batman and Robin with our number one fan, Stephanie, the other day.
Nice.
And we had a good time.
She's number one in many aspects. She is our best fan, and she was our first fan. So.
Yes. And still the only fan.
Yep. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
yep.
Mm-hmm. You know what we should do when we get many fans and are big and popular and people like us?
What's that?
We should make Stephanie a belt that says number one fan.
Like a big, awesome belt? Like a wrestler's belt?
Yeah, like a big, WWE championship belt. This is number one fan.
Ooh.
I think it'd be a great idea.
But we should go original. Call it WCW.
There you
or the
go.
WWF.
What we should do actually is just buy one of those replica championship belts and then just tape a piece of paper that says number one fan on it. I think it'd be a great idea.
I'm for it.
Yeah, so that's Stephanie, number one fan. Go Stephanie. Woo.
That was our daily Stephanie segment of A Better Podcast.
Is that going to be a thing? Are we going to have the daily Stephanie segment now?
We bring her up every episode now. I think we're just excited to have a fan.
I think so. I think we're excited that someone's actually listening to us. Maybe she's all of you. She's
been a friend of ours for years, but
well, yeah, if she put up with us this long, you might as well listen to our podcast.
Which is really shocking because we are awful to
Holy
Stephanie
crap! I can't believe we have any friends.
I mean, especially you.
I know, right? God,
you are an awful person, Kenny.
Talking about fisting kids. Ugh.
You are god awful.
Right?
I mean, seriously.
Man, I am. Shit.
And I mentioned last podcast, you are hard to look at.
That's true. I am. Wow, I am awful. Where's my gun at?
Oh yeah, see, just do it. Just do it, Kenny.
Well, this has been fun, guys. Gotta go out with a bang.
This has been the last ever episode of A Better Podcast starring Kenny and Jeff.
We got 10.
Next week we'll have just Jeff.
we got 10 episodes in, Jeff, before one of us kill ourselves.
I'll be like, hey Kenny, how's it going? Oh hey Jeff, how are you doing today? Oh Kenny, I'm great. Hey, what's going on today? Oh Jeff, you're just the best ever. I love you. Oh thanks Kenny, I'm so glad you didn't shoot yourself in your bathroom.
Oh, joke's on you, I actually did. No, I'll shoot myself at my computer. And then I'll be sure to stay alive long enough to send you the file to edit, and then I'll die.
I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but okay.
I'll email it to you.
Your mom's still there. Just tell her hey mom, make sure you send this file to Jeff.
I'll mention my suicide note.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Crow World. Also, Mom, can you please email this file to Jeff?
Kenny, who's gonna delete your hard drive if
Nope,
if
I
I'm
want
not
the
there?
world to know.
Oh no.
I ain't leaving no secrets. Wow, this podcast got real dark. I don't know how to feel about it.
I don't know where to go from here.
I feel like I feel like we need to at least dig ourselves a little bit out of the hole we're in.
I mean, I've
And
been
and see,
refreshing Facebook to try and find something to get me out of this.
I don't think Facebook's going to help us. I do
God.
have a hilarious sports stat I could talk about that would probably bring
Yes.
up some conversation.
Yes.
So for those of you not in the know, Stephanie, the National League still uses pitchers to hit because they're the better league.
Yeah, they don't suck and aren't pussies.
And there's a stat I saw yesterday that I thought was hilarious. So it lists the most home runs by a pitcher in the last 3 seasons. And starting from bottom to top, number 4 is Jake Arrieta with 4 home runs. Number 3 is Mike Leake with 4 home runs. Number 2 is Noah Syndergaard with 4 home runs. And drum roll, Jeff. Can you guess who number 1 is?
What's the surprise? Hang on.
Can you guess who number 1 is?
Is it Madison Bumgarner?
It is. It is. Can you guess how many home runs he has?
16.
Close. He has 12.
12 home runs.
He has as many home runs as the next 3 people behind him combined that are pitchers. And I hope they keep him forever. They have to keep him forever. I feel so bad for him because he's still on his rookie contract extension.
No.
So he is. He signed. I'm trying to think when he signed it because I think it was like a 5-year extension.
Oh man, we are not going to be able to afford him.
Honestly, I think he's gonna. I think he might take a bit of a pay cut to stay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't feel like
he's got a lot of trucks to sell. So
I don't know. I feel like I know the Giants are going to push extremely hard to keep him. There's no way that they're going to let him go without a fight.
Fuck yeah.
But I just don't see him leaving. Like he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's going to shop himself around the highest bidder. I feel like he I mean, like most players just want a place to stay. Like they don't want to be shopped around forever. They don't want to, they don't want to go through, tons of teams if they can help it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the feeling like, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to take like, 50% of what he should be making. But I think if he can make like 85, 90% of what he wants, he'll stay in San Francisco. So, but yeah, that dude's a fucking powerhouse. Scary man. He's like 6'5" too.
Got another one last night.
Yep, he fucking gives up a grand slam, and then he's like, "Fuck this," and then goes ahead with a 2-run homer and makes it 5-4.
Yeah, he's like, "God damn it!" It's just that is how it worked out. He was just like, home run.
He inherited Vogelsong's chainsaw mad.
Yeah, it's chainsaw mad.
And of course, fucking Vogelsong comes in and beats the Giants.
Yeah.
Like I'm so torn about
that. Was our game to lose though. So
yeah, I'm so torn about that though. Because I hate that they lost, but Vogelsong's such a good guy.
He's
cool dude.
I have nothing. I have no hard feelings for.
No, I will. The only time I'm ever going to root against him is when he plays the Giants, and that's just just on principle.
He does not look good in yellow and black though, but really no one does.
I think that's the team he started with too.
Yeah, I believe so.
So they finally got him back after all these years of him being good.
Yeah, now we got him good again.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, pirates. We're like butt pirates, am I right?
Yeah,
Kenny?
yeah, you are.
Kenny?
You are right. You're
correct.
Right? Yeah,
Kenny?
I just said
Kenny?
it.
Kenny, I like being right. Please tell me I'm right.
I just said it like 4 times.
I know, but I heard it again.
You're okay.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. I guess what we can talk about, since we are on the sports topic, and it is kind of a big thing going on.
All right.
I don't know if you've heard about this, Jeff.
Maybe.
Hold on, let me look it up. There's a thing going on. Owly Impix. Owly Impicus.
Kenny, I believe they're pronounced the Olympics. The Olympics.
It's Owly Impix.
Say it with me, Kenny. Limp. Dicks.
Dicks. The old Olympics. Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Olympics.
Yeah, that is going on. It's been going on for quite a while. I think it's ending. I want to say next week. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, we're down to the final stretch here. I've been watching occasionally. Like most of it seems to happen when I'm at work. So
yeah, most all the stuff I want to watch is not happening when I'm near TV. So it's kind of frustrating. But as usual, if nothing else, U.S. kicks ass in the Olympics. And we are, in fact, kicking ass in the Olympics. We have the most medals. The next country behind us is Great Britain with 60. We have 105. Go U.S.
USA.
We have,
USA.
we are
USA.
we are leading in all medal categories. We have the most gold, silver, and bronze medals. Yeah, we had of the medals we have the least bronze in terms of how many we have overall. We have 38 gold, 35 silver, and 32 bronze. So suck it, rest of the country, rest of the world,
Rest of the country.
rest of the country, suck it,
Yeah.
rest of the continent, And who's in last place?
Iran
There
got their first medal, or an Iran female got her first medal.
Well, after United Arab Emirates, who have one medal in bronze, so good for them. I will say, as a side note, I actually am pretty stoked when like the really small in terms of how many athletes are there. Countries get a medal.
Yeah.
Because it's like, to put it perhaps not the best way, it's like the little country that could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's cool when small countries get medals. I don't know. I think it's pretty neat. To be like the only representative of your country and you got an Olympic medal, like that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm particularly happy that the women's water polo team has earned their second consecutive gold medal.
Did the men's water polo also get?
No, they sucked.
Okay, I didn't. I knew that. I didn't hear much about the men's. I just heard of the women were in the gold medal match. So I'm glad that they won.
No, this is the only time of the every 4 years is the only time that people talk about water polo. And
Well, you don't talk about when it matters.
yeah, well, it's a cool sport. I played for a season in high school, and I was bad at it.
I will say,
I also should try harder. But
as a non-water polo player, because let's face it, I don't have the frame. I'm too buoyant.
you would no. That's actually good, Kenny. That's like
I'm buoyant to the detriment of my stamina.
You'd make a great whole D.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's like basically the center who plays defense.
I'll just kind of flail my arms and block the goal. But but it's one of those sports like I think from the outside it doesn't seem like it's super tough just because you don't see anything going on under the water.
Yeah,
which is constant movement.
Mm-hmm.
But playing it, from what I heard, it's kind of a nightmare if you're not really strong.
There was an awesome article on it in the New York Times, I think it was, and they had these. It was a very brief article, but they had all these little graphics, drawings to show you sort of like what refs see above water and what goes on below water. like what looks like a clean pass is actually that chick just kicked the other one in the gut so she could get some space and make an awesome pass. Like the game is pretty brutal. Like you get the shit kicked out of you for the whole time that you're in the pool, but nobody can see it. If you ever like watch them come up, if you ever watch a water polo player like finish a game and get out of the pool, they're like covered in like red marks and some scratches, and they look pretty tired, but probably not because they've been swimming for an hour and a half, because they're used to that.
Yeah.
It's the beating that just happened, like the physical fight that they just went through.
I do remember hearing in high school from like you and a couple other people, like because I know during practice sometimes the boys will play the girls.
Yeah, we would have exhibitions.
Yeah.
Like
a scrimmage during practice, and the girls were particularly nasty.
Yeah, they were a little more aggressive because I feel like
a lot of crotch grabbing.
Well, there was the threat. It was always there. It was always there. And not the fun kind, folks.
Nope, the really rough, like the non-fun, rough, aggressive kind.
Yeah, really. But you're into that, another 4chan conversation there. But
I always said that if for some reason I found myself playing water polo, and I don't know how I would be.
What am I doing?
I just kind of wandered into the pool and no one kicked me out. How do I wander into the pool? This is just raising more questions. Anyway, I always found that if I found myself playing water polo and doing a scrimmage with the girls, and they either grabbed or threatened to grab my crotch in a very violent manner, I'd probably be committing a crime because I'd probably do the same to them.
And then Kenny went to jail.
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm defending myself. You gotta leave me alone.
God.
Man, this whole episode just not very PG.
No, we were kind of gross this time.
Yeah. I'm feeling kind of bad about this one.
I feel like we haven't been that much better.
No, I think I can say as an inside observer, I think we were worse this time. I think I think we've downgraded. I think
Thank God,
we plateaued, and I think we're on downward slope now.
thank God our promise is that we will try to do better.
I'm just glad that this is really early on in our career, and everyone will forget about this episode.
Oh, shit, man. Now that you said it, it's never going to happen.
It's going to be the one they remember. This is what this is going to be the eulogy they played at our funeral.
This is going to be the one like, and this was the worst podcast they ever made in their long history of shitty podcasts.
They're gonna the one they're gonna play at our murder suicide funeral. Yep, I said it.
Oh God.
What? What'd I say? You don't like it? You don't like it?
Get out.
But yes, the Olympics. It's going strong. I don't know. It's the one thing the U.S. always seems to be really good at. It's being athletic.
I think my to continue with our theme of not PG rated podcast. I think my favorite fact about the Olympics, or estimate about the Olympics, is that in the Olympic Village, athletes will have sex at least 6 to 7 times a day.
There was, from what I had heard,
on average,
there were enough free condoms provided to the athletes that each of them could have, every athlete could have sex twice a day with the condom, every day that they were there.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. You're all like gorgeous and athletic body gods.
I mean, but I don't understand why they're giving them condoms. I mean, if you want 2 people to breed, it's 2 fucking Olympians.
I know, right? I would be poking some condoms.
Oh my God!
Give me that thumbtack. Make a beautiful little athletic god baby.
Oh man, can you imagine Michael Phelps just having a child with anyone there? It'd be like part dolphin.
Like we have to mate him with what's the female swimmer's name? The American swimmer.
Oh sure.
Misty
Hyman.
Oh God.
There is actually a swimmer named Misty Hyman.
Oh, that's awful.
Yep, I don't know why her parents named her that. I don't think her parents thought that one through. Although she hasn't. She has not been an Olympic athlete for a while. I don't remember her last Olympic, actually. I'm probably wrong, and she probably Missy Franklin. No, Missy Franklin.
Missy Franklin. So we mated the 2 of them together. What sort of like dolphin baby would they create?
That thing would not be allowed to leave the water.
By the way, half or more of the U.S. Olympic swim team is from UC Berkeley. By the way, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what crazy shit's going on in UC Berkeley.
They just a couple years back they had a couple students who were Olympians, and that attracted more. Like they gave the school representation of having a good program, and so they just attracted more Olympic caliber swimmers. You know, so it's just sort of like one of those things. It's usually how it works. Like a college gets better if they win. Like they get better people after a win. You know.
What's the thing I've noticed that Berkeley and Stanford really picked up their sports game.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah,
I mean, Berkeley's still not too hot at the football thing, but
Yeah, but I mean, they'll figure that out. They'll recruit people. I'd like to go to Berkeley as an athlete. Are you kidding me? Holy shit!
Right? Yeah, but a lot of people will go to Stanford instead because it's school like Berkeley. Berkeley is the 3rd-rated school in the country, I believe. I was reading about something like that earlier today, and only behind like Harvard and Stanford.
Yeah.
So as far as like research and stuff like that, I think was the thing. So,
Berkeley is way up there.
Yeah, so it's
one of the top research in the
one of the top institutions in the country. Berkeley's an awesome campus, but they make swimmers there.
They do. Well, they are right on the water. So I mean, really.
Not.
I'm just talking about just generally the Bay Area in general is pretty much close to the water.
Sure, I guess. Sure.
But speaking of swimmers, because I think it's a hilarious topic that we should take a minute to job out. How about that Ryan Lochte?
Yeah, I was gonna. What a story! So this is where it began.
Holy
This is where it
shit.
began. Ryan Lochte and 3 of his swimmer buddies, they're done. The Olympics are over for them. Now they're just fucking partying and screwing and having sex and screwing.
Like
So
I would
same
do
thing
if I
3
looked like
times.
Ryan Lochte.
And it was surrounded by, once again, beautiful Olympic women everywhere, but who were apparently DTF all the time.
Who wouldn't be?
It's a big party. It's a huge party. But anyway, they were taking a cab ride home to their apartments
Like you do.
in Rio, and this is their story. They were pulled. The cab was pulled over by people dressed as cops. They were held up, and all their money was stolen, but none of their passports or anything like that. And then
they said they left their phones and their credentials.
Yeah, and Ryan Lochte had a gun pointed at his head. Now, the other part of the story they didn't talk about was how they actually left the party. They said this all occurred like around 5 a.m. They actually left the party around 6 a.m. We know this because on the way back from the party, they vandalized a gas station door or something like that.
Not really sure why.
And the owner was threatening to call the cops, and he actually did. But to get rid of him, they gave him some money.
Well, from what I heard, they gave them the money just for the door they destroyed.
Yeah, because they're just being drunk assholes. Basically, is what it is.
Yep.
So it's possible also that they were going to they were actually picking up drugs, and it just the drug deal went down wrong.
Yeah, but it's funny because pretty much immediately Lochte booked it back to the United States and left the 3 people he was with in Rio.
Yeah, they're fucking high and dry.
Yeah, and it was funny because a judge in Rio basically ordered them all to stay while the investigation was going on.
He ordered their passports confiscated, but Lochte's like, nope, already back in the States.
Yeah, he was already in North Carolina hanging out with his girlfriend at the time. Well, I assume they're still together, but at the time that the judge put this order down, he was already gone, and 2 of the dudes were pulled off the plane they were on. And one of the dudes didn't even try and leave. He's like, just fuck, I'm gonna stay here, whatever. But yeah, it's just I cannot figure out his motivation. Like, I don't understand why he wouldn't be like, yeah, we're drunk and we fucked up. Like, I don't get it.
He embarrassed a country, and then he embarrassed his own country, and then he embarrassed another one.
But it doesn't. Good
job, Ryan. Way to rap.
But that's the thing, is like, it's a very flimsy story to begin with, coupled with the fact that it was very clear evidence that what you said didn't happen. Like, all you did was embarrass yourself and the country more by lying about this instead of just being like, yeah, we fucked up, bro, we were drunk. Like, I don't understand that.
I mean, this must be what it's like to feel invincible, because you've won all these medals.
I guess.
You've probably had a lot of sex. You're drunk. You've probably had a lot of drugs. And so, like, you and your swimmer buddies are going to go out and you're going to destroy some poor dude's door. And by the way, it's probably real shitty to live in Rio. I'm just saying. For, like, most people living in Rio, probably not great.
Well, I mean, there were images when the athletes were first arriving of, like, police holding out signs on outside the gate saying "Welcome to Hell." Like,
yeah,
that's not something you put up if everything's going real well in your country.
Yeah. Things are rough over there, and they're not getting better anytime soon. So we should probably not shit on their country while you're there visiting, while they host these games they can't afford. So
yeah,
I'm just saying. And like, not only that, but like we embarrassed everyone's swimmers for the most part.
Yeah, like, I mean,
especially the Brazilian ones. Like, come on.
The funny
guys.
thing though is, like, Lochte really didn't. He got, hold on, let me pull up, because I know he got a gold medal. But
he definitely got some medals though. He's coming home with some more chunks. You know what I mean?
According to Ye Old Google, he got a medal because he got a medal for the men's 4x200 freestyle relay, but he placed 5th in the men's 200 individual relay. So, but I mean, he still got a medal. But it's like, I just think, like, I don't. You're a very good athlete. You have more than the one medal. Obviously, it's not your first Olympics. Was the goal just to be in the news above Michael Phelps? Because you're never going to be above Michael Phelps.
Womp womp.
You can't be above God.
Fish god.
He should have been Aquaman. Oh,
No.
I hope there's like a blooper reel where Aquaman calls a fish and Michael Phelps pops out of the water. Oh, oh my God! I would laugh so hard if that happened.
That would be awesome though if he does have like a cameo in
Oh,
the Aquaman movie.
oh, that'd be great if like you the first time you see Aquaman using his powers, like it cuts away to Michael Phelps, just like he's like reading the paper, and all of a sudden he looks, he's like, "What?"
Huh?
But does anyone else hear that?
Or like Michael Phelps was like training in the ocean at the beach for whatever reason, and all of a sudden just Aquaman zips by. He's like, "God damn it,
Motherfucker!"
It just goes like nobody saw that, right?
Did anyone else see no? Fuck, just me. I should put the bong down before practice. Fuck.
If I saw Michael Phelps in the pool, just like lazily swimming, I would just balls out trying to blast by him in the next lane and be like, "I did it! I did it!"
Oh man, speaking of Michael Phelps, I saw this great great tweet that someone put out where it was a bunch of pictures of Michael Phelps stretching, and I mean he's a pretty tall, lanky dude, very muscular, pretty tall and lanky, and he very flexible, so he's kind of like basically bending his hands all the way back and like stretching out his muscles in ways that would hurt a normal man. And someone put that with the text saying like, "Man, if I saw someone trying to stretch like this, I wouldn't even try."
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna try and get in the pool with that guy.
He was born to be a swimmer. Like he's genetically superior to swim.
Like I don't follow the adage much of like like champions are born not made. Like I think if you train hard enough at pretty much anything, you can do well enough. But
yeah,
I think
like to get like the edge though.
Yeah, but Michael Phelps I think is the exception to that rule because there's no way he wasn't born to do what he does.
Yeah, he's
beyond just really good. Like he's beyond just great at swimming. He's like I don't think anyone's ever going. He beat a 2,000-year-old world record or 2,000-year-old record. 2,000-year-old record. He destroyed it.
2,000-year-old.
Yeah, it was apparently back in when Leonidas was alive. He set a record for individual victories at the Olympics with 12, and Michael Phelps has I think 13 or 14 now. So the man beat a 2,000-year-old record. Don't tell me he wasn't born to do that.
Leonidas, what is? That's deep cuts right there.
Like that's just cold. Like fuck your 2,000-year record. I'm out.
I'm out. Shit.
God damn it. Yes, I think. Yeah, go America, and
Go America.
Perhaps on the next episode, we will give another Olympics recap of just the whole thing because I think it should be done by the time we record again.
I think so. I think it's winding down now. I think they're going to do all the boring sports.
Well, they got basketball on Sunday though.
Yeah, that's true. That's
USA,
another
baby.
thing too. It's like really. No way. USA's dominating in basketball.
Although they haven't really been last couple of games. They've won them,
yeah.
But they haven't been that great. But yeah, we can probably talk about that, and then we can just kind of give an overview of how the USA did overall. I think
it is like getting a sneak peek at the Warriors next season as well.
Oh my God! Oh man! There's probably going to be a few episodes dedicated to that. A little bit. Holy shit! I can't wait for the next season. I'm so excited. It's going to be phenomenal. Anyway, on that note, I think my horrible yummy noises that I was making. I hope for those of you, Stephanie, that stuck around. I hope you enjoyed the show. And to reiterate, if you somehow skipped the intro for some reason, I don't know why you would do that. Check out the Bible Reloaded's channel. Check out their GoFundMe page. Donate if you feel like that's a worthy cause, or at the very least, share it. Share it with everyone that you can.
Show some support. Show some love.
Because, as I said, we discussed it. This really isn't just about them. This is in a way about the future of YouTube. Because if we can stop people like this from harassing channels because they did something they don't like, we can protect everyone in the future. We can set a precedent that allows smaller channels like ours and others that are coming along from the big channels that have all the power, YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's a worthwhile cause because it really does help everyone in the long run. So check it out, see if it's worth donating, and like I said, if you don't want to donate, just at least share it and let other people know what's going on. Especially if you are not just the YouTube content creator, because this doesn't just affect people who make stuff. This also affects you, the viewer, because if the channels you like get taken down, you can't watch those channels anymore. So this really does affect everyone who makes it and watches it. So yes,
As always,
it's a worthy cause, and as always,
like, comment, subscribe.
Yes. I don't know if I would like this episode. I feel like it got real dark.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Yes, no, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, tell us why we sucked. Tell us why we were good. And if you have stuff you want us to do that you think would be funny for us to talk about, or you just think stuff that you think you'd like just to hear our opinion on, or stuff
We'll
you
do
think...
most anything.
I mean, seriously,
it's an
oh my
audio
god.
podcast, so it's fine. I can lie and be like, yeah, that bottle's way up Kenny's ass. Yeah, woo!
Yep, woo! It hurts to sit down. I think I'm just going to stand the rest of the episode.
Oh, it broke.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, this is one guy, one jar all over again.
Oh, no.
Don't look that up. I don't normally say this, but I'm serious. Please don't watch that. It's awful. Please don't watch
God,
it.
I've seen it.
I have too. I mean you, Stephanie.
I mean, it's amazing, but it's awful.
It's fascinating just from a scientific standpoint, I guess I could say, a biological standpoint. Because you're just like, how, why, and again, why?
Do you remember when I got Stephanie to go to lemonparty.org?
Oh man, let's tell that story real quick. So Stephanie,
It's a quick story.
if you remember Stephanie, we were at we were at our friend Stephanie's house, just hanging out like we do, and we I don't remember why we started.
She was on the computer, and I just said, "Hey, Steph,
Oh yeah,
you should check out this website called lemonparty.org. It's really interesting,
and
it's got lots to do with politics and stuff like that." And she goes, "Oh, okay," because apparently she was the only human being on the planet who's never heard that or had that done to her at the time. So there's that.
And the best part about that is she was on the family computer when she did it.
Yeah, she did.
And then I think, didn't we show her Meat Spin shortly after that too?
Yeah, but she was not happy about Meat Spin either. I think Meat Spin is hilarious.
Meat Spin is fucking hilarious.
Oh, but
there's a hidden message you get if you let the timer go long enough. So
yeah.
It's
Secret
Meatspin.
message.
Is it meatspin.org or .com?
Oh, let me. I haven't looked it up in a while, so let me see if it actually still exists.
It should.
It's meatspin.com.
Go to meatspin.com.
The site your brother warned you about.
Mm-hmm. Go to lemonparty.org, meatspin.com, and and watch for the message. Watch for the message.
Oh man, I will say. Pop-up blocker and ad blocker enabled.
Oh, you got ad block enabled?
Yeah, I have an ad blocker enabled. But like, I remember going there. I tried to show someone on my phone, and like, it's my phone does not have an ad blocker, and there's like mega ads all over that site.
Oh yeah. That's why I always use ad blocker for that and other websites like it. But yes, please like, comment, subscribe, tell us why we suck and why we're awesome and what you'd like to see us do in the future.
Watching it again.
And just in general, anything you think that you think would be neat for us to do. And I would advise you, if this is your first episode, I'm sorry, and you should check out our earlier episodes.
Who the hell starts with like episode 8 for God's sakes, or 9, whatever the fuck?
I don't know. It's the first one you see when you open the channel. I don't know.
Oh.
Or also, I think it's episode 10. But yeah, I would recommend check out all our stuff because we are awesome, and we'll only get better if you, the fans, help us out. Because this show is for you. I mean, really, it's for us, but it's for you. So you help make the show, fan Stephanie. But yes, I think on that note, we will call it a day. And I do sincerely hope you have enjoyed the show and keep enjoying it and keep watching. And someone, please comment. Someone, a comment.
Any of them, please.
Even if it's just call us faggots, at least it's something.
Yeah. New fag can't trade force.
But yes.
How's it going, Bob? Still can't do it, Jim.
Yeah, nothing. think I'm just gonna go hang myself in the bathroom.
I've been told that's what I should do.
like multiple 4-year-olds. It's weird. I don't know how they get on the internet. They're too young.
Also, Jim, apparently my mother's a whore.
And I'm apparently gay. Who knew?
Oh, God.
I've learned something about myself today. Yes, I think you should all come back and listen again. And I think you should come back too, Jeff.
Yes,
Yes.
I guess.
And
Fine.
maybe.
It's me. You've talked me into it.
Yes, ha!
You drive a hard bargain, boy.
I do. But on that note, we'll call it a day. Sign off. Have a good night, Jeff. Have a good night, Internet.
Have a good night, every internet.
Bye.
I said every internet for some reason.
Every Internet.
Bye.
Bye.